Today I'm checking out the Insta360 Ace Pro, which is the latest action camera offering from Insta360 in partnership with Leica. There's a Leica lens on here, and this is an action camera through and through. There's a bunch of really cool features. It's a rugged design and it's waterproof as well. So it's designed clearly for the adventurers out there, but should you care about this? What's going on, guys? My name is Dan Davis and I'm the creative director here on DansTube.TV, and today I've got my review of the Insta360 Ace Pro. First things first, huge shout out to Colin who let me borrow this for a period of time. I really do appreciate that. There's a few clips in here of Colin testing out the camera as well, but he is the one to check out. His channel, he is an Insta360 whiz over there. Go and check out what he does. He's got some cool stuff over there on the Ace Pro as well as other Insta360 products. If you do want to check out the Insta360 Ace Pro, I will have some links below. It's an awesome action camera system. There's a bunch of accessories out there, so definitely check it out. Links will be below. So what are my thoughts on the Ace Pro? I've tested action cameras on my channel now for a very, very long time, and the Ace Pro has got some special features here. It is still, like I said at the beginning, an action camera through and through. It's a rugged design, it's waterproof, it does what you would expect an action camera to do. It's got that kind of infinity focus, it focuses on everything. It's great for action, right? You mount it onto something and it's reliable through and through. You don't have to worry about anything. But a few things here that are very unique. Firstly, that Leica collaboration is very nice, the Leica lens on here. The video quality from it is phenomenal. It is an 8K action camera. It only goes up to 24 frames per second, but it still is an 8K action camera, which is insane. When we look at the camera, it is a 1/1.3 inch camera system, an f-stop of 2.7, which is a 16mm equivalent. Really nice camera system on here, 8K, which is gorgeous, 4K up to 120 frames per second. One of my favorite things about this unit though is this flip up screen here. I really do like this. It's a solid build. The hinge on it is crazy strong. Like, you can put it on any angle and it just does not wiggle around at all. The boot up time on the unit as well is super fast, which is always nice because you want to capture the action straight away. Probably one of the immediate calling cards here, the standouts that I noticed immediately when I started using it, was the interface. I find the interface amazing. Like, it's so responsive to every input that I put in. The touchscreen is snappy and I can change between things just quickly, right? There's no delay with anything. It's intuitive. I know what to expect because I've used action cameras before. And that's where it really kind of overwhelmed me a little bit, because there are so many modes in this camera system. So we've got star lapse, burst photo, interval, HDR photo, photo, video, pure video, free frame video, time shift, time lapse, loop recording, slow motion, star lapse. There are so many different modes in here and it's unbelievable what you can get here. The star lapse mode is cool as well. You definitely have to check out Colin's videos. He does some awesome star lapse videos and he shows you how to do them really well. But this has got some cool features that other action cameras don't even bother experimenting with. When it comes to the core experience though, I love, like I said, the flip up screen. The fact that I can just hold something like this, a little action camera. I've got it perfectly framed there. I can see myself. It puts a box around my head to focus in on me. And I found it to be a nice experience. Super snappy, very easy to jump into things straight away. The video quality is great, which you would expect. And the audio quality is pretty decent. I found that, you know, occasionally when there was some wind, which you would get with most action cameras or any sort of like camera system without one of those like wind filters on top, but it was decent, right? Like, when I had the right setup, the audio quality from like the internal microphone system was fine. And I just really enjoyed using this. Like, I did a few different time-lapse options, a bunch of like slow-mo and 4K video as well. And I was impressed with what I got in the end. The battery life was great. I was out and about filming a fair bit and it didn't seem to chew through the battery life considering I was constantly filming. So for my setup, when I was out and about testing it, I just plopped it down on different locations, or I'd walk to test it or film myself. I wasn't doing anything overly actiony, but that's the cool thing about these action cameras. Like, they were always designed as this thing that was exclusive to the action camera space, you know? Like, you just put it in a box where it's like, you only use this if you're into motorbikes or onto electric scooters scooters or you're into cars or whatever. But I think that's changed a lot now, and the Ace Pro is a good example of this. The fact that we have a flip up screen just makes it so easy. Like even when I plop it down on the ground, I can angle it up, like the actual screen, to look up, or I can angle it slightly down. So it makes it really easy to get nice low shots. If I want to do some vlogging, obviously I just flip it up. I can connect it up to a wireless microphone if I want to, and then I've got a perfect vlogging setup because I'm always in focus. I wouldn't be able to do that with most, if any, camera system, but with something like this, with the flip up to screen, I can have the camera flat like that, have the screen facing up, and I can see how it's framed and get the shot that I'm looking for. So you've got 4K up to 120 frames per second, you've got 8K video, you've got 48 megapixel stills as well. It's a reliable camera system. It's impressive what they've been able to put into a small form factor. I had no issues with it overheating, it never got warm in any way, and I was constantly filming. Like I was out and about just, oh yeah, I'll film that. It's just easy, right? So easy to use when you're out and about, great for capturing moments with the family and friends, and I found that it never had issues with overheating. It never had issues with performance. It was just instantly working when I needed it to work. It does have great dynamic range and the colors do pop. I'm really happy with how the image, the video comes out, and with all the different shots that I was capturing, it was perfect in all those scenarios. The flip screen is 2.4 inches, which is actually a perfect size, really. I found that to be great. There's a bunch of gesture controls and voice controls and AI features. As I was just reading out before, all the different modes, you can see that there's a lot to experiment with here. So this is kind of like the next evolution of action cameras. They've definitely put everything into it. There's AI integrated into it, a flip screen, all the gesture controls, voice controls, it's waterproof, it's a rugged action camera, but it also works for everyday use as well, for people that just want to capture moments. It's quite the offering. The stabilization as well is very impressive. There's the horizon lock option that you've got, as well as the flow state stabilization. So you can prioritize either the stabilization of the footage or the horizon being basically locked, right? So it looks like a flat horizon in the distance. So you can prioritize either of those. There's a bunch of options for like the field of view. So you can have ultra wide, or you can have just a normal, and there's a bunch of other ones in between. So it does have so many options. It's almost hard to comprehend how many features, modes, and options are available in here. All those things that you need in a solid camera system, you've got here. It also does have a smart magnetic mounting system on the base, which is included with the unit itself. So you can mount that onto all of the different accessories that are available on the market right now. There's so many different accessories that you can get for this. Compatibility as well is great. You can match this up with a bunch of different wireless microphones with no issues. It's just a great all-in-one system. I've been extremely impressed with it. So yeah, that's the Insta360 Ace Pro, something quite unique here in the action camera space, something that did surprise me, because the action camera space can feel a little stale at times. It's just like, oh cool, a new action camera with slightly better resolution, or cool, a new kind of gimmicky feature that's come out. Where the Insta360 Ace Pro has packaged really everything that you need into an action camera, plus the things that you didn't think you need, but are actually amazing to have, right? It's like, who would think about the star lapse option? That's just a random thing that it's like, I don't know how many people get an action camera going, I'm gonna capture the stars, but you've got that in here, right? And then the flip out display as well. It's like such a unique thing to offer on an action camera. And it would have been quite complicated to design something like this with a really solid hinge that can go in any sort of angle and it holds its position. So they've done a great job here. I really do think that they've done an awesome job. I'm impressed with the Ace Pro from Insta360. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all of your support, and I'll chat to you in the next one. Peace.